I literally go off screen and then the game just. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting over it.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
And we're just gonna go right at it.
Oh. Oh.
And now it is a bad start. I don't know the song. What? Why? Please don't DMCA Dog, I don't know what I would do if this like song is copyright and then I gotta like censor the whole thing out. Copyright strike. Confidence. That is not good. Sounds like we're working in the mines. Yeah. My mouse feels a little different. Maybe it's because I haven't played this game in a while, or I don't know, but I feel like it's a lot more sensitive than what I remember. Ka-chow! Alright, I'm gonna need you to... Ka-chow! Now this is the difficult part. You know, get yourself up here. Nope. And now the thing that I gotta remember is the tree isn't something I could, you know, grab onto.
Oh. What? Oh.
But so far, this game hasn't, like,
What? No.
made me mad.
Oh. What? Oh.
Ow.
Oh. What? What?
I see the ledges, just that, you know, it's a lot. Difficult than expected.
What? Oh.
I could feel the strain on my hand despite me just moving the mouse, like, in circular motion.
What? What? No. Oh. What?
Okay, so how would I do this?
Oh.
No.
The soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
What? What? Oh. What?
I do not know how to do that part.
What? 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 Oh. What? 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 Oh.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before.
This
That's
game
the
is so
deal.
loud. You know what it's
C.S. Lewis.
What?
This part, you just gotta do it, like, calmly.
What? What? What?
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities.
I
A
don't.
still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
The _𝐒𝐭𝐜𝐡 game's message is to play through calmly. I mean, I'm not getting mad at the game. I'm just like, alright, what's going on?
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again. And knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
If I remember correctly from my strategy, we gotta do this confidently and quickly. This part.
Oh.
locking in. We're not locking in. I don't want to get copyright strike. But I don't know how loud this game is, so I should like put the volume down just a little bit. Like right here.
I can see the man that made me what I am today. He has made me weak. He has made me moan and groan. He has made me weak. He has made me moan and groan. Took me from my home and left me all alone. Left my mother standing in the door. I left my mother standing in the door. With her hand on my head as her kiss fell to the floor. All my clothes is sewn, bones, the soles grow off my
Please stop playing the song. I don't want to get strike. Bro, my hand is straining. I don't know why it is, but it's like I'm literally just moving the mouse. Yeah, I don't know. This game is like making my like hand feel tense, so I'll go see.
and my heart so cold that I've got them for me.
That is not gonna work. Alright, this part we gotta do like calmly in a like little rhythm.
The vertical wall here has a way of getting it harder the more times you try it. I
Does
think
it?
anger makes you swing the hammer harder, and that can push you away from the wall.
No.
Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Fry.
Cap.
No. Oh.
I cannot imagine someone, for example, like my brother playing this game, because he's the type of person you actually like see visibly get frustrated and actually start like hitting his forehead. I don't know why. When he gets frustrated, I'm like, dog, what are you doing? Oh, please.
To live is to suffer.
As long as I don't
To
fall all the way
survive
back
is to
down,
find
it's fine.
some
I'm not mad
meaning in the
about it.
suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche. Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain.
Yeah.
Grief is an interval between two moments of joy.
No.
Peace is the interlude between two wars. You have no rose without a thorn.
Yeah.
The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower.
No, I like to get the
𝒂𝒂𝒎
pricks.
𝑫𝒂𝒂𝒎.
It bothers a little bit, but I'm like, oh, anyways.
Sorrow is my own yard, where the new grass flames as it has flamed often before, but not with the cold fire that closes round me this year.
No.
William Carlos Williams.
My head hurts a little bit, but it's not because of the game. Shout out to all my period girlies. My tummy hurt earlier, and then I said, my mom was like, I'm gonna get pizza.
No.
And I said, okay. And then I ate pizza, and then I took a nap. And I don't know how long I took a nap for, but it was a good nap. Must have been for like 2 or 3 hours though, if I like woke up and my brother was already home from school though, so. But I was doing stuff with her, and like after a while I'm like, my feet hurt excessively. They should not hurt this much, considering, you know, I've been exercising on the treadmill, walking for about like an hour and 30 minutes or so. So why do they hurt so much now? And then my mommy was like, oh, it's probably because your period, your feet are probably feel like swollen and all that tired. It happens to me too. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, my tummy hurts a little bit. Not like, hurt that it's, I'm dying, but like, it's just uncomfortable. But then I go to the bathroom and nothing. I check the app on my phone. It's like, oh, your period should have started today or something like that. And I'm like, there's nothing here.
No.
But I think maybe it is because of the increase of exercise. Whoop. Whoop. Oh! This is not good. Yeah. Please don't be DMCA. Whoopsie doodle, I'm about to get a copyright strike. Hit with a bunch of copyright claims. They're about to be like, mute the song or get rid of the whole clip, and I'm gonna be like,
No.
I thought, cause I have the thing, the like, what is it, OBS thing recording for like the game and all that. I thought I was already streaming this for 2 hours. No, it's been 20 minutes. It's just that the screen is like very small, so I can't see that well. And I'm like, is that 2 hours? And it's like, no, it's 20 minutes.
Oh.
I'm so sad that there's no soda. I wanted to drink a Coca-Cola. And then I look in the fridge. There's nothing.
Oh.
Golly, I was about to say time's moving too fast. That's why I'm like, Then I look a little closer. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. It says, it says 20 minutes. I don't know if we'll have time for, like, Sonic.
Oh.
Unless maybe I cut this short, but honestly, I don't know. It's because, like, some games, too, it depends on, like, the interaction, like, how it goes also on YouTube. And then I'm like, alright, like, should I keep playing this game? Should I stop playing this game? The retail, company simulator doesn't do too well, and I'm like, oh, and that's not why I didn't stop playing it. It was mostly just because, like, I did everything in the prologue version, and I'm like, well,
Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these. It might have been. John
no.
Greenleaf Whittier.
I think what's sadder is it could have been. I thought Pookies were a big... I thought too, and I was like, no.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam
What?
vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Oh, okay, so I gotta go this way. God, if I fall all the way back down, I'm going to quit. No, I won't. No.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
People don't know what's good? I guess not. Okay, we're just gonna slowly. Exactly as I do. Who in God? What?
If you try to please audiences, uncritically accepting their tastes, it can only mean that you have no respect for them. 𝐂𝐚𝐿.
Excuse me, did my game freeze? Oh, never mind. This is not good. Just gonna bring myself back over here. It's getting tedious, yeah. Exactly. Have you seen speedruns of this? I have not. But now I'm curious of seeing.
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it.
I don't know which
Why
way
make
to
something
go.
demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Yeah, just chill right here for a second. I'll check out the speedruns when I'm done, though.
Oh no.
Maybe it's over the slide? What do you mean? Like the water... What water slide? Hold on. It's like it's stuck here, so I don't know how to go about this. Do I gotta cling onto the shot? Nope, I don't.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. 𝐿𝐴.
Gotta do a super jump. Oh. Perhaps. Where the cardboard is? Yeah, probably.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I saw, and with old woes new, wail my dear time's waste. William Shakespeare, Sonnet 30.
Nope, you gotta let go right here and then just. What if I just. There's like a certain part of the umbrella that's like not this part, but over it. Afterward, it's like, you can. Probably over the cardboard island. Maybe. Yeah, because the slide gives me the vibe of like you fall off somewhere higher and this is where you land.
No. Patience is the foundation of eternal peace. Make anger your enemy. Harm comes to those who know only victory and do not know defeat. Find fault with yourself and not with others.
Nah, I'm kidding.
It's in falling short of your own goals that you'll surpass those who exceed theirs. Tokugawa Ieyasu. She smiled in defeat with unconquerable eyes. Atticus.
And then Bob Esponja said, do exactly as I do. Dog, I watched, because it was free on YouTube, the boy with the striped pajamas. That ending messed me up. I literally, once they started playing them credits or whatever, I just had to pause and, well, not pause, but I just kind of like took my earbuds off and just started crying. And then later on, I found out that a lot of people hate that book, or I guess like they're like, don't teach it. I've never seen it. Well, let's just say it takes place around obviously World War II in Germany. And there's a little German boy who finds a concentration camp next to his house. And the only reason he finds it is because he looks it out the window and he sees smoke. And he's like, what's that smoke? It smells bad. It's not a lighthearted... No. Apparently a lot of people, though, at least, like, in education-wise, they, like, criticize it. They're like, it teaches a lot of inaccuracies. For example, there is a Jewish boy, and like, one of the, first of all, criticism is that, he wouldn't even be in the camp because if he's not able to work, they'd, you know. And I'm like, I mean, okay. But yeah, no, basically the boy is basically trying to, like...
Hang in there. Don't let it get to you. But also, let it get you a little bit.
No. I won't.
Your failure here is a metaphor.
No, it
To
isn't.
learn for what? Please resume climbing. Rob Dubbin.
And, like, I don't know, you kind of see the way the family and how they teach the children about, you know, oh, you know, your dad's a soldier, he's a good guy, these other people, they're the bad guy, da, 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 da. And it's so weird how it's like the dad is like, oh, who's, like, when they, I guess, have, for some reason, some sort of slave-ish, I don't know, dude in the house wearing the pajama, obviously, not really pajama, but it's like, they're like, he's not really a person. And I'm like, what? And it's just so crazy because I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, I know, like, it's a movie, but it's just crazy how there was really that mentality back in the day, you know?
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Ella Weaver Wilcox.
And then you can also see, like, the girl kind of get also... The boy's sister also, like, kind of get indoctrinated as a thing, like, you know, she went to not really caring about, you know, current events, what is going on in her country, to the brother finding all her dolls in some sort of basement, and she's like, oh, why are all the dolls in the basement? Opens the door, sees a bunch of propaganda posters on her room, and I'm like, oh. Depending how your mindset is, I would say, I don't know, just don't watch the end of that movie.
Something filled up my heart with nothing. Someone told me not to cry. Now that I'm older, my heart's colder. I can see that it's a lie.
I'm sure you
Dark
could
and
get
fire.
spoiled online what happens and all that, but it's like, I don't know, it messed me up. And I kind of wish I never watched that movie. And then I wanted to stream yesterday after I watched that movie, but I felt weird about it. And I'm like, no. And then I also wanted to stream on, what is it, a Sunday? Yeah, a Sunday. But then something came up. An emergency was to be handled with my doggy. Not really an emergency, but you know, still an emergency. I took her to like, not the emergency vet, but it's like one that my grandma goes to. Cause the emergency vet, sometimes they be tripping, man. It's like, oh, that'll be $160 something just to see your dog or whatever, cause of an emergency. And I'm like, you. Obviously, it's emergency. It's 24 hours, but sometimes I think some veterinarians, you know, I guess they have because it's like what, technically private practice, some of them, so they have like the ability to like set prices and all that, like the way they want. And I'm like, that's kind of messed up, but so I wanted to try out with my grandma's vet hospital. Wee.
I'm going down the road feeling bad.
Don't put the volume down. I don't want to get copyright strike. Let's put the volume down. I don't want to get copyright strike. Oh, look, the music went off. But basically what had happened was my dog had been struggling a while, like, to poop a little bit. It was like prolonged. It was like for a week or so. I thought the problem resolved after like a couple of days because it went away, but then afterwards it was like so basically she could not poop, or she was like struggling to poop. A little fun fact about me, I went to a trade school during high school to try to learn about like veterinary stuff. I guess the program was like for intro to veterinary technician stuff, like basically explore, you know, what you want to be in like the vet kind of type of field, you know, train to be a vet assistant, technician, or like get you interested in being a veterinarian, or even to groom animals and all that. I think you could even earn your what is it, DVA, CVA, certified veterinary assistant certificate. Except I don't know, that place was stripping also, because like there was other places, for example, like, you know, I don't know, like if SJVC, hold on, what is SJVC? I don't want to like expose myself if this is like a world, like a, what is SJVC? San Joaquin Valley College. So basically, I'm sure y'all seen the commercials and all that. SJVC and all that. I don't know. Basically, what they wanted for one of the qualifications to being an assistant was 500 hours of service. Like voluntary service. It could be in an animal shelter, da 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 da. And I'm like, 500 hours is a lot while I am in high school. Then I like, while I was volunteering at said shelter in like the back room of like the hospital,
If you need to
these
take a break,
girls
it's
who
okay.
like were in like
I've saved your
SJVC
progress.
college, basically like community college, they're like, oh, we only have to do like 50 or just 90 hours. And I'm like, what the? And we also could qualify to be a veterinary assistant. And I'm like, so I'm getting played. Obviously, the program was free for us in high school. It just depended if you like qualified, like grades and stuff. It also counted for high school credits. So I did not take what is it, calculus in high school or physics. Which was honestly a blessing. But so I know like very little, or like a little bit about like a little bit of veterinary stuff. Basically, so like every dog has 2 anal sacs near their anus, and these like anal sacs fill up with like fluid that, you know, need to be drained, and usually they are drained. I believe when they poop, they get expressed, is the term. I believe, if I remember correctly. Don't listen to me. I'm not certified, nothing. Take everything as like, I don't know. And so basically it happens a lot more common, or like impacted, I guess, with smaller dogs such as Chihuahuas, as my dog is, and I guess pugs, because my grandma apparently had the same issue, but hers went away. Write that down, Patrick. Write that down. And so my dog's anus was impacted. And, you know, some people would like to, you know, do it at home on their own. You honestly just need a glove, maybe some lubricant. You know, but I was not confident in doing it. One, because she is a tiny Chihuahua. And two, if you do not do it right, it will obviously fill up again. And you need to repeat said process, or you can even infect the whole, you know, thing. So I'm like, I don't want to risk into that. And then a couple of days later, after, you know, changing her diet to, what is it? I think like canned food. I gave her like chicken. You know, I went away. And I said, you know, cool. And I did see she was pooping. So I'm like, all right, I guess she cleared it herself. But then no, like a couple of days later, she's looking weird again. Like, you'll see her stand there, and you'll see like her lower end of the body kind of like contract. Like you just see that she's like pushing for some reason. And I see it again. And I'm like, God, what is this? And, you know, I'm like, hopefully, you know, it goes away. Maybe it's just the other one. But then I find out, you know, that apparently all day, because we were around at the stores and stuff, my stepdad was like, oh, she hasn't pooped and she's been, like, trying to poop all day. And I'm like, oh, God. And, you know, that's when I decide, you know, all right, it's time to see professionals. Because I'm not about to sit here and, like, let this pass again. Because my mom was like, oh, well, maybe she's still struggling because of the thing, you know. And she's like, she can poop. It's just that the thing won't let her. And I'm like, okay, but it's like, the feeling of not being able to poop probably sucks. Or not being able to poop in peace also probably sucks. And thus I called the veterinary hospital. It was a little late. And they're like, we're only taking emergencies only. As in, like, dogs are in surgery for, I have no idea what. But they said, alright, we'll take her anyways a walk. It might take a couple hours, but they're like, alright, just bring her. And I'm like, alright, bless. So, we take her over. It takes us, like, what, 30 minutes to get over there? I don't know. And we wait for, I don't know how many hours. Maybe, like, 3 hours. Dog still hasn't pooped. And while waiting, I guess she pooped, like, a little chunk. And I'm like, oh. Like, while sitting and waiting. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just take her outside. I feel like she should poop. She's more comfortable pooping outside. And thus I do. And she poops a little more. And I'm like, alright, cool. But, you know, you're still gonna get checked. And so, not only did she have those 2 anal sacs, I guess, filled, she had, like, an abscess on top of that. I didn't see them express her anus because they took her back. Probably because, you know, a lot of people who don't know what's going on, they'll probably be like, what are you doing? Why are you sticking your finger in my dog? Or something like that. But yeah, no, she's a senior. She's 15. And so they're like, oh, she has no teeth. And she doesn't. She has, like, very few teeth. And so what they did was they expressed her anus, and then the doctor, the veterinary, cleared her rectum. And they said she handled it like a champ, to the point where they're like, yeah, we even clipped her nails a little bit. They were a little long. We clipped them just a little bit. And I'm like, alright, that's cool. Meanwhile, my grandma literally paid $28 or something like that at the same vet. They only clipped 3 nails. The dog did not let them, and she's like, yeah, no, I can't clip her nails. They did not refund her money. And I'm like, that is... I don't know. The problem with dogs, who have black nails is that you can't see the quick or whatever, basically the blood vessel between the nail, and if you, like, mess that up and cut that, they're gonna start bleeding and it's gonna hurt. You're cutting a blood vessel, basically. You know, thankfully my dog's nails aren't, black. They're, like, transparent, but, you know, it's scary. I'd rather for, like, dogs with black nails, file them down with, like, a nail file. That seems probably easier. But, okay, fine, just go down. All they did was charge you just for, like, the emergency consultation. And I just, like, antibiotics. And the total was, like, $183. Which honestly isn't bad compared to, like, the emergency vet. And I'm like, God bless. Shout out, the VCA hospital or whatever it's called. What is it? VCA hospital? VCA hos... Veterinary Centers of America. Is this a local thing? Hold on. Alright, there's a bunch of VCAs. Never mind. I was about to panic. I'm like, did I just expose myself? And I'm like, never mind. Yeah, no. The VCAs, hospitals, they're good. They cool. Because I remember one time some lady was like, oh, I guess her dog, like, some other dogs attacked her dog, which was a border collie. And I'm like, no, I thought it exposed, like, my hometown or whatever. I'm like, I don't need to expose where I live, like, city. No, it's like, I don't know. So basically, yeah, no, one time, like, I went there when I was visiting with my grandma to, like, take her dog to, what is it, an appointment or checkup while she was a puppy, while she had the puppy, the pug. And some lady was like, yeah, no, my dog is here. It's the border collie. Some other dog attacked my dog. They did an x-ray and they were going to, you know, put her under anesthesia to sew up something on her head. She had like a cut open on her head, and they're like, that'll be $1,000, which honestly seems reasonable compared to other places. Because I remember they wanted to, for example, we have what is this, like 4 years back, where a neighbor gave our dog like chicken in a plastic bag to our pit bull.
No.
Dog ate the plastic bag and everything. He could
amid
not.
the roar of
Shut
a
up!
self-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I
Shut up!
weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Can I not save one from the pitiless wave?
No.
Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
Probably.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh. Yeah, no, they gave our dog chicken in a plastic bag that they didn't even bother removing the bag. The dog ate the chicken with the bag. And then, like, the dog was just sad, was not eating or anything. He was just sad, and I didn't see him, like, poop either. And then we, like, confront the neighbor, like, hey, did you give our dog chicken or anything in, like, a bag? And they're like, yeah, because my mom found a chewed up piece of the plastic bag. And it's like, yeah, he just kept staring at us, so we felt bad. And I'm like, oh. Mind you, they had, like, dogs themselves. They had, like, Dobermans, but they don't. These are the same neighbors who, were the parents of that one kid that my mom was babysitting, of that one kid I don't like. But they were like, yeah, we gave, to the dog, we gave chicken to your dog. He just kept staring at us and we felt bad. And I'm like, bruh. And they, like, plastic bag and everything. And then we had to rush our dog to the emergency vet. And already it was like 160, maybe 180 just to see the patient. And then it was 500 just to get like an x-ray. An IV. And then they were like, oh, we could do like small intestine surgery to remove the foreign body. But that'll be like $5,000. And my stepdad and my mom were like, y'all are tripping. Because see, long ago, my mom had parents. No, my mom had a friend. Who had a German Shepherd. And sometimes this German Shepherd would eat, you know, her kids' socks, maybe underwear, and would poop it out. And my mom was like, there's no way a plastic bag is going to block this when a German Shepherd could eat, these undergarments and poop it out afterwards. There's no way. And thus we refused says surgery, went home, and what we did is we got a bottle or like a little cup of cooking oil, fed it to the dog, and then he pooped. Pooped the thing out. Like little bits of it. And then he was fine. Wow! I just saved myself $150. Shoo! Cause I'm like, you're tripping if you're gonna charge us like $5,000. Who has $5,000? Like, yes, I love dogs, but also he ate plastic.
Can I see another's woe and
Shut
not
up!
be in sorrow too? Can I see another's grief and not seek for kind relief?
Shut up!
William Blake.
Anyways. It's not that we don't care, but it's also like, with that logic in mind, it's like there's no way that this dog cannot pass, this piece of plastic bag. You are a pit bull. Technically, a mutt. And, if y'all know something, mutts be really built different than, like, purebred dogs, man. They literally will survive off anything. You know what I think it probably was, though? Also,
In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take.
I don't even know
Lewis
if this
Carroll.
is the right way. But basically, yeah, no, dog was fine after that. I think what maybe would have also happened too, because at the same time, I got my dog one of those, those giant bones that sometimes you see that are like white? Sometimes like the stores, giant white. It's like a milk bone or algo así. Rawhide or algo así, I don't know. It's like a giant white one. I ordered it off Chewy for the dogs, and I think maybe he might have maybe like ate a piece, like swallowed a whole piece. But from then on, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just get you like bite-sized things. I ain't giving you one of those. But they said that it was like a paper like foreign body, so they were like, oh, okay. I thought that was crazy though. Anyways, anal sex averted, but basically they said, because my dog's a senior going back to my little chihuahua, they're like, yeah, no, so she's probably doesn't have the same, force of like trying to clear the anal sex on her own because she is like old, she's a senior. So they recommended getting her like checked every 2 weeks. I feel like 2 weeks is excessive, maybe like a year. I think like once a year, maybe like once a couple. Anyways. I feel like maybe once a couple, maybe even once a month. Because every like 2 weeks seems excessive. I think what happened is just like, I don't know. Because she had this problem too, but it happened like a couple years back.
Oh. Oh.
But I think the problem is just, you know, as she gets older, it's like I'm also planning to change her diet as she is now older to giving her canned food. But I was thinking about also adding like a little
Oh no.
adding what is it? Pumpkin for fiber. There's some like did you know you could feed your dog like basically boiled chicken? Like there, I remember my mom, she got when she was having that problem, she got like cans at like the Dollar General, and they were like $2 each, and I'm like, te vieron la cara. It's like for a little cup of chicken, and I'm like, bro. She got like, what is it, 4 cans, so it was 2, 4, 6, 8 for like a cup of chicken. Meanwhile, you can just buy like a chicken at Walmart for like, what is it, $6? And yeah, just give her boiled chicken. My dog's been having issues with their food lately too. Does he not want to eat it, or? But then again, he keeps anything that's on the floor. Oh well, that's maybe why. Also, I don't mean to pry into your business or anything, but are you sure that the dog is vaccinated for parvo? Yeah, he's got his shots on everything. But like, are you aware that parvo is kind of like, what is it? It's not one shot. It's like, you gotta get the boosters afterwards. It's like 4 boosters or whatnot for like puppies. Because like a lot of people tend to like think, oh, you know, just one shot, and then it's like, no. That literally happened to my one of my aunts who had a black Pomeranian in the hospital. His name was Spaghetti. Bro was literally dying, like he was already on death's door, pooping the black bloody tar, and I'm like, yeah, no, this dog's gonna die. But they took him said hospital, where they basically, you know, I guess gave him IV and all that, and then like they're like, I don't know how much they were gonna charge for the dog to stay in the hospital to keep giving IV, but they're like, that's a lot of money, and they're like, yeah, no, we could just do it at home, administer it at home, but like they work, so they're like, all right, it's up to me. What is it called? Parvovirus. When the dog gets parvovirus, it stops eating. I don't know if it gets worms, but basically, when it's at the brink of death is basically when it's pooping bloody tar, when it's like black. It's like at that point, or when he's like throwing up, it's like, yeah, no, that dog's done.
Mm.
9 times out of 10, if you get to that stage, your dog's gonna die. But basically, yeah, they had this like black Pomeranian, and so they were gonna charge them, I don't know how much money for like overnight for a couple of days, and they're like, just administer IV or whatever.
Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt.
No.
William Shakespeare, Measure for Measure.
Oh. Because he's a rescue puppy, so I'm pretty sure he's got all his shot. Well, I don't. It depends how old he is. Because he's probably up to date with the current shots, but then after a while, it's like he needs to get the booster shots. But yeah, no, so like I took the dog. They're like, they gave me like a pack of IV and syringes, and it's like, all right, every couple of hours or whatever, you give them this amount of syringe, you just like poke them in the back, you know, hook up the IV and give it to him, and that's what I did. The first couple of days, that dog literally did not like I guess the dog was so messed up or on the brink of death that he did not even care that I was sticking him with the needle. It was until he was like getting better that like when
There
I
are
put
no
the
regrets
needle,
in life, just lessons. Jennifer Aniston.
he was like, ah! Like that's when he was actually feeling the pain. And that's when you know he was better. What kind of bothers me is they didn't keep the dog afterwards. They gave the dog away. And I'm like, after all that to save the dog, you literally gave the dog a... What is wrong with you? But then again, they don't really take care of animals, which is why they were there to begin with. Yeah, he probably needs a booster shot. He's barely 7. I think he needs booster shots. There's probably low cost like clinics you could take him to get booster shots. You probably gotta ask around or something, or like look it up, because sometimes vet hospitals also like charge they overprice the shots as well. Because we go to a
No.
like a low cost clinic for the shots. They charge my grandma, I don't know how much, like $30 for like a shot or whatever, and I'm like, what the Meanwhile, at the low-cost clinic, it was only like $18. Pet care should be free, honestly. Yeah. Then everyone could have pets, or I feel like, oops, excuse me, would like be more open to getting pets without, you know, that hesitation of like, how will this impact me financially? Oh. But yeah, no, after that, the dog was healed. They took the dog back, my tia, my aunt, and, you know, sometimes in Hispanic culture, you have, machistas, and, you know, you have husbands who are controlling. You know, what goes on is none of my business. They're grown. But let's just say my aunt, you know, she gave me $100 behind her husband's back for taking care of the dog. And, you know, I, without thinking, gave it to my local place of worship without, you know, a thought. And this is why I believe, you know, God really does give, because the next week after, they came back, I don't know for what, and then said, you know, aunt's husband, who is known to be pretty stingy, gave me another 100, and God was good. And I was like, oh, cool. Thanks, God. Yeah, no, that was it. It kind of bothers me, though, that they didn't keep the dog despite everything it went through. But I think the problem is they don't take care of their pets. The homie got you covered, yeah. Because I think for a while they had like dogs that would just keep having puppies, and the problem with parvo is like it doesn't go away. You gotta like clean the whole house or whatever, but even then it doesn't go away. Like it's known to like stay there for like years. So like your dog, if you bring another puppy to that home, it's like susceptible to getting parvo. Which is why when you get like a dog, a puppy, they're like, oh, you know, keep it indoors, don't let it like go into public spaces till, you know, usually when it's like fully vaccinated. So like the puppy had got parvo probably from that. Or like also like if dogs around you have like parvo or aren't like vaccinated or whatever, it's like it's pretty much your immune system. The dog's immune system isn't built up. But yeah, no, that's it. What time is it? Oh, it's 9. It's about to be like 10 here. Cholo. How you doing? I'm looking at my dog, that's why. I think that's it. My head hurts a little bit. It's also like late. I should probably stop. I think my parents are going to sleep. I don't want to bother them. I didn't have enough time to play Sonic. I'll play it next time. But I was getting over it. It was cool. Anyways, it's time for me to go to sleep. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. I like the information. Thank you. Good night. All right. Thank you. I'll see y'all later. Good night. Okay, goodbye.